Bioorganic weapons.
I think that this is the best one to start with when you start the game for the first time.
I agree.
Because it's just, I don't know, it's so much more intense than the other ones. You know, like right off the bat, you're starting off with this, and it's got actual zombies in it.
Yep.
Mr. President.
And it's got Leon in it.
I'm willing to bet most people started with this campaign.
I want to say you have to. I don't remember if you unlock them as you go or not.
No, you.
I know that Ada's has to be unlocked.
Ada's is the only one that has to be unlocked. You can start with any of them. There's a prelude. That's with Leon, but it's not like canon or anything.
I also think that this is the only campaign that was really shown before the game came out.
Yeah, this was I played the demo of this. It was fun.
Yeah, like the demo and a lot of the screenshots and a lot of the hype was revolved around this. And then the other stuff was like screenshots of moments in the game, like, you know, Chris and Leon meeting, but you never actually really saw a lot of Chris's campaign in it, you know what I mean?
Well, also this was more targeted toward that classic Resident Evil style with Leon, and that's what they were kind of showing. Like,
How do you two know each other?
That's Helena Harper. She's been with the
Hey, it's Hunnigan!
Hunnigan!
I can't tell you.
She's even hotter than before.
Right. Look,
I cannot believe that Leon was like, I don't like chick with glasses.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I just shot the president.
Well, he can have any man. I was gonna say he can have any man he wants. He can have any woman he wants. So
He can have any man he wants. Any man, any woman.
God help us.
God help us.
you probably don't want to say too loudly that you've killed the president.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know why they tried to play that up like, oh, Leon killed the president, now he's totally guilty. Like, no, are you fucking joking? Like, he was a zombie. It's like, not really.
But he was also the president's guard. So
Yeah,
that probably...
I understand that. Like, he was the right-hand man,
Yeah.
president's guard.
I think I might have something.
See, like,
I'll map out the
there should
safest
be like a term
access
for
route.
that.
Keep your radio
I mean, it's
on.
like the Secret Service, but like head of the Secret Service, I guess.
I got a lead.
I suppose. I mean, he must have got a raise after he brought back the
yeah,
other president's
with-
daughter from Europe.
If they had Ashley in the flashback with the president, it would have felt more real. Like, yep, you just killed the president.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's the same president.
Oh, it's not?
I don't
what's
think
so
so.
special
I mean,
about
I
this
don't think
church?
there's any proof that it is or that it's
I
not.
suppose you're right.
But
I just assumed.
If I don't tell you what the cathedral,
But you're right. It
you
could
may
be
not
different.
believe
It could
me.
be different.
because Resident Evil 4 took place in what 2004. I think it took place like
You're
the
gonna
same
tell
year
me
it came
everything
out,
once we get to the
and this
cathedral.
takes place in
Deal?
2013.
Right. So yeah.
So-
yeah. You're right. I hadn't thought about that.
Because your presidents only are in power for 4 years terms, right?
8 years max.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, even if it was maximum, we'll say. But yeah,
Here,
4
too.
is
This is
unless they
getting
get
out of
reelected.
control.
They can only get reelected once.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just voted the other day, actually, but
Oh, did
not
you?
not
Well,
for
that's
presidency,
good.
but yeah.
Voting is good.
Yeah, it's
You're-
whatever.
You're a good man.
I mean,
This is also. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say like I vote, but I don't really believe,
Well, you have the right to vote. You should exercise your right.
and I do.
That's good.
This I don't know if you were about to comment on the atmosphere here, but this is what I love about this campaign.
I was just gonna say too, that it's. I guess it's easier to start with this one too because it's a little bit more.
Tutorial like.
It's your best.
Well, I was gonna say relatable. Like,
Okay.
you're not starting in Europe. You're not starting in China. You're starting in the U.S. on a college campus. Like, it's just more
where the reception
where
is gonna
most
be.
players are,
They'd all be here eating dinner right
I
now.
guess, or
I
what
suppose.
people have.
You think anyone survived?
Hey, I
been through.
heard the like average
I hope so.
gamer age is around like 30 to 35. So
Yeah, they're getting
Can't
older.
believe this is happening
sure.
again. It's just like Raccoon.
The Raccoon City incident. You were one of the survivors.
Yeah.
And this is kind of
Never
intense
forget
too, because you can't run
Going
here.
I
Yeah,
know,
You
I
have to
like
walk.
it. I really like the
If you
cinematic,
really did
classic
have a
sort
hand in
of
this,
vibe
use
with
your
like, this is
freedom
the only
to
one I
buy.
really feel has horror. Like, Ada's has stealth, but it's not really scary. Like, this has like, kind of like horror aspects. When I first started this, like, I thought this was just the coolest damn thing.
What was that?
Yeah, I agree. I played it and I was like, oh
Let's go.
man, this game's gonna be so good. This campaign is the best.
Oh gosh. It's like an awful maze.
Maze of chairs. Thank God I can run through this maze or we'd be here all day.
And oh. Dun dun dun.
You beat me.
They went out the back.
I have not actually played as Helena before. Have you? You must have played as Leon, right?
I played as Leon, but I've also gone back through on harder difficulty and I played as Helena.
Ah,
So I
okay.
have some of her weapons and stuff like that, but
So-
not a lot of them.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think there's been a time yet. Well, no, with Chris I did. So I guess we're even now. Like, I started with weapons the first two campaigns, and then now I don't have weapons the last two. So it's fair.
Right, yeah. Agents was rough, I gotta tell you though. not having any weapons and him just being a ghost, essentially,
ghost.
was rough, but that's okay.
That's canon. He's a ghost.
It came out of nowhere.
This should be interesting because I really like Leon's dual pistol. Like, that's one of my favorite.
Let me go. It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous. Fuck it.
My daughter.
I tried to go through
Right.
some of the chapters with other characters just to see what their end of, like, QTEs and stuff were.
Yep.
Because Leon's got some pretty difficult QTEs in comparison to Helena, I think, and I think a lot of his sections are a lot more difficult. But at the same time, I wanted to go through and play a couple of them as her, just to kind of see the
Leon, we
flip
don't have
side of
time
it.
Making
Yeah.
time.
We're making the time.
Yeah.
We
See-
have to rescue all civilians.
And this is what I'm talking about with them in the beginning. They're kind of like, Helena's like, you know, and with Leon too, they just don't really quite trust each other. They're working together for kind of like mutual benefit. Leon wants to
What was
figure
that
out what
sound?
she did. And
Well, she's shady as hell.
she is.
It's like, we need to get to the cathedral. And Leon's like, why? I don't have time to tell you. We must go. Well,
scared.
I could be walking into a trap. I don't know you, lady. You just started
Exactly.
working for the government like a month ago. Okay? I've been doing this job for like many, many years.
Who turned the lights?
And that's the thing. Like, veteran players, they know
Stay sharp.
Leon. They know who he is, but they don't know who Helena is. So
I like how he started off as a police officer, and when you play Resident Evil 2, it's his first day on the job and he's late, which is the only reason he's
Yeah.
not caught up in the outbreak. And then the next time you see him, he's like working for the president.
well, he survived that. That'd be a good way to handpick someone.
And then in this game, he's working even more for the president.
I like Leon. He is my favorite character. In case that just, you know, somehow wasn't obvious.
I never would have guessed.
But you won him fair and square. He's all yours. All that man.
Oh yeah. I also have a lot of
yeah.
herbs, by the way.
What? Fuck. I have nothing.
I haven't even looked at my inventory until now. I don't know why. I guess just because we've been so focused on the environment here. But I've got 11 herbs.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I've
Well-
got a full magnum, 180 shells
fuck?
for my machine gun, 42 sniper bullets, 31 shotgun shells, 160 handgun bullets. I'm good. I'm good to go.
I got a pistol.
I have a pistol. Literally, that's it.
Like, I just watched you cycle through like an arsenal.
Like what you did with Sherry.
I know. Leon S.
You were like, man, Sherry's fucking loaded.
Because I forgot. I was like, oh, sure, he's fucking loading. You're like, no. You just have
like, you do know that you have those from a previous playthrough, and you're like, what?
Oh, I didn't. I completely forgot. I was like, oh yeah.
Wonder how much time we had before
Fucking
these
A.
corpses are on their feet.
Where'd I go? Where'd you go?
We were supposed to go through that door, but I was just making sure that there was nothing up there.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't. Hey, it's the president. Yeah, because this is Adam Benford, and Ashley's last name was Graham.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I guess that's cool.
It's just an observation. I wasn't trying to be like a
No,
smarty.
no, that's not. I didn't even like. It's not something I even considered. So it's kind of cool to think about it that way.
Wonder what Ashley's doing right about now. Being defenseless and helpless as usual.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sure.
Hiding in a dumpster.
Hiding in a dumpster.
Find my daughter.
This guy.
I called her cell, but we got cut off.
And you never really run into a lot of friendlies. Like in Chris and Pierce's campaign, you run into Carla, but she's not friendly.
No.
She's walking you right into a trap. But
And
this is
that's-
just a civilian.
That's what I like about Leon's campaign, because the thing about Leon is he's never felt like a high and mighty kind of guy. Like Chris, like flies all over the world. He's got like important missions to do. He's like the captain, the leader. You know what I mean? But Leon's just like, man, he winds up in a gun shop with some other survivors, like just random Joe Blows.
Locked, but I work
Yeah.
So I like it. It makes him feel more like
Once we're in,
more
you
relatable,
can
more
take my car.
human.
Thanks.
And I,
Let's
like, as
find
much
Liz
as
and
I
get
don't
the
really
hell outta here.
like Helena, like, I just don't like her. She just has no
Liz, is that you?
personality to me.
I agree.
At the same time, they work really well in contrast because Helena's more concerned about, her family
Yeah.
and trying to fix some of her mistakes and things like that, whereas Leon's just trying to get through this scenario one moment at a time, and he'll help people in need, whereas Helena's like, we don't got time for this shit, we gotta go, man.
Yeah, it makes Leon. There's a word. I mean, noble's a good word, but there's another word for that where I guess he's one of those guys who isn't willing to sacrifice one guy for the greater good. Like he'll help someone small. Doesn't matter who they are.
Well, Chris is the same way, he was saying no man gets left behind.
Yeah, he is, but I mean, Chris is still working on like the bigger picture. Like he's flying all over the world and stuff, and
Jesus. Bloodbath.
awesome.
Oh, shit!
Killer.
Shoot her in the face! You don't look good there, Missy.
Liz!
Oh, it's your daughter. Wow, fantastic.
What are the
Glad
odds?
you found her.
Dad, where are Mom and Liam?
They
But I guess in a way too, Sherry and Jake are sort of good contrast to each other as well, because the same as works for them. Like Jake's more the selfish, I want my $50 million
Yep.
type thing, and
But he's also got a heart.
yeah, Sherry's kind of just following orders, but at the same time she has, like a moral sort of dilemma when she finds out what her orders were. I like Sherry.
I do too. I thought she was
elevator is up
the
ahead.
best character they brought
Hopefully
back.
it still works.
I was really surprised. I was like, oh man, like they're not gonna bring Jill back, or
I know, like,
Rebecca, or Barry, or someone kind of a little, well, Jill's not really obscure, but someone like Rebecca, who's a little bit more obscure to the series. Like, that would have been a really good opportunity for them to bring her back, but
I think
it's nice they brought some new characters.
Yeah. I would say just Helena is the weakest character, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, she's alright.
Let's get this out of our way.
Like, I guess there's nothing, like, really inherently wrong with her. Like, I don't,
Guys, we're here.
like, hate her. I'm
Right.
not like, oh my god, she's awful.
She just doesn't stand out to me either.
No, there's nothing that particularly special about her. And you get to play her.
Yep. I lost.
She does have an awesome shotgun, though.
Yeah, I've not gotten to use that yet, so that's like one benefit at least. And I get to see her cutscenes and stuff, or her like QuickTime events.
She doesn't look very good. She looks a little sick.
What are you talking about? She's fine.
It's going to be okay, Lizzie. You're going to be okay.
Maybe. We don't know.
Those eyes don't look good.
We're
No.
almost there.
And they try to make you like feel like right away in this campaign, like, no, someone we didn't know is dead.
Liz?
I think this is also a good way for them to explain the zombies versus the Joavo, because you don't really fight zombies in any other campaign except for in Ada's very briefly. And of course, the zombies in the Jawab were very different.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jawab will kind of, you know, mutate body parts and become like super soldiers.
All the
Whereas regular people just become the slow, typical Resident Evil zombie kind of thing.
It would have been nice if there would have been like more of a mix up of that in the campaigns.
Yeah, I think so. Gross.
Dun dun dun.
Got something on your face.
Oh no. Jet!
Ah,
Jet!
bitch.
I gotta save you!
Shoot her! No buts. Just shoot her, seriously.
Jesus! Now you gotta save me!
Helena, you idiot.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, did I not save you? But I did. Okay.
Woo!
Because I shot her in the back. I thought maybe that wasn't enough. Like, I had to shoot her in a more fatal spot or something.
I can't believe this.
We'll get used to it. It's either them or us.
It's also probably
They
a
don't
real
hesitate.
shock to Helena. Like, she's probably never seen this. And Leon's like, whatever. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm used to it. It is what it is.
Shoot him in the
I
head.
don't think we're alone in here.
Helena, grab your gun.